Hi class, let's take a look at problem 5. Now, problem 5 is a hyperbola and basically it's going to have the following behavior. It actually has an asymptote as x is equal to 0, and then on the negative side, you're going to have the other part of the actual hyperbola. Now, let me show you what the graph looks like. And notice the behavior as it goes towards a positive infinity, negative infinity, and then at 0. Here in Desmos, we get a better picture, or at least a picture to scale. Now, based on the graph, they want us to evaluate, the following limits. And the first one is the limit as x approaches positive infinity. And here you can actually see that the function gets extremely close to 0. Let me zoom out a little bit, but this is clear that it's just going to approach 0 and always be above that value. So in this case, we would say that this is equal to 0. On the left-hand side, as it goes towards the negative infinity, we see the same behavior. As x becomes infinitely negative, it's going to be approaching 0, but it's approaching 0 from the bottom. In any case, our function, it's going to be 0 as x approaches the negative infinity. The next one is asking for us to evaluate the limit as x approaches 0 from the positives. As it approaches 0 from the positives, it shoots to positive infinity. So this one, you're going to end up with a very large y value. Keep in mind that we're looking at y values. Let's take a look at the function. As it approaches 0 from the positives, it shoots to the to the positive infinity. Same behavior with respect to infinity as it approaches 0 from the negatives, but in this case, you're going to get a very large negative y value. So at 0, we're going to end up with negative infinity. Now, the last one is asking for the limit as the function approaches 0. So in this case, we would say it does not exist. And here it doesn't exist because, well, the limit as x approaches 0 from the right to the left is basically positive or negative infinity. And in fact, this one is not even defined. If it's asking for an explanation, you could simply say that the limit, let me put this in green. The limit as x approaches 0 from the positive side, it's equal to positive infinity. And the limit as x approaches 0 from the negative is equal to negative infinity. Let me fix the symbols. So in this case, and let me just put this with quotation marks, your limits don't agree. So since these two limits don't agree, the limit as x approaches 0 is actually not defined, or we simply say it does not exist. That's actually it for this problem.